is Anisha Sharma, and this video is based on Real Estate Regulation Act 2016. So the Real Estate Regulation Act 2016 came on 26th March 2016. The main object of this act was to protect the interest of the allottees against the promoters. So the practice that was ongoing before this act was that the promoters used to take money from the allottees, and they used to delay in giving the possession and the completion of the project. So this statute imposes certain restrictions on the allottees, and this act have been challenged in the apex court many a times based on certain rights that are guaranteed under the Constitution of India, including Article 14 and Article 19.
So Article 14 of the Constitution of India talks about right to equality, that is equality before law and equal protection of law. Article 19 of the Constitution gives certain freedoms, and these freedoms are subject to certain restrictions given in the same article. Article 19(1)(g) specifically talks about freedom of trade, occupation and business. So the contentions on the part of the real estate owners or the promoters was that there are certain provisions in the act which is hampering this right given to them under Article 14 and 19 respectively. Some of the main sections that were challenged were Section 3, that prohibits the promoters from advertisement, market or sale or offer for sale of any project before registration. Also, Section 4 talks about a declaration that is to be supported by affidavit which shall be signed by the promoters, in which he has to state the time limit within which he will be completing the project. Also, an amount of 70% of the total value of the project has to be deposited by the real estate owners in a scheduled bank, and this amount he has to take from the allottees itself. So also Section 6 was challenged, which talks about extension of registration. So here the promoter has to file an application for the extension of registration, and if he could not complete the project because of any natural calamity or any other reason, he can apply for extension. So these things were challenged in the apex court also, but the validity of RERA was upheld. Also, this act was retrospectively applicable, that is, it was applicable on the ongoing projects at that time. Even they need to register themselves, and the act contains penal provisions. So retrospective application of penal provisions is prohibited under the law, and the Supreme Court has confirmed this under Ritesh Agrawal versus Securities and Exchange Board of India. The landmark case related to Real Estate Regulation Act is Pioneer Urban Infrastructure Limited versus the Union of India 2019. In this, the validity of section Article 14 and 19 of the Constitution of India was upheld. Also, there was an amendment in 2018 in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, in which the allottees were added in the definition of financial creditors in the Real Estate Regulation Act. So this was challenged. So the apex court also held this amendment as a valid one, and it was said that IBC is to be read with RERA, and in case of conflict IBC will prevail. Also, RERA was challenged because earlier when RERA was not there and the authority under RERA was not set up, the cases related to real estate used to go to the consumer court. Also, Section 88 of the RERA states that this act is in addition to that. It does not prohibit the jurisdiction of any other court in India. And Section 3 of the CPA, that is Consumer Protection Act, also states that it is in addition to and it is not in derogation. So the consumers were confused that in which court they were supposed to file. and it was contended that the both the acts, that is CPA and RERA, they both are in conflict. So the court also held that no, there is no conflict between both the two acts. Also, in Imperia Structures versus Anil Patani in 2020, the Supreme Court stated that the remedies in Consumer Protection Act is in addition to and not in derogation to RERA. Also, RERA and Consumer Protection Act are not in conflict. Thank you.